Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening / morning. It is currently 2:49 a.m. at the time of this recording, June 15th, 2021. It is Taco Tuesday here in the South Bay District of Los Angeles County, or LA, pretty much. And hi, hello. How you guys doing? South Bay represent. It has been quite a while since I uploaded a video, and I do want to apologize for that. I have been keeping quite busy. A lot of stuff's going on, still on my bachelor's program, progressing through it nicely, which is a good thing, working toward that degree in IT, you know what I mean? Gotta move on up, you know what I mean? So anyways, cutting to the chase, I definitely found the time and definitely motivation to want to post a video like this because a particular event is coming up right around the corner in actually 6 hours. Yeah, a little over 6 hours, 6 hours and 10 minutes specifically. The Nintendo E3 event. And I definitely wanted to make this video real quick to post my predictions, what I think will be shown at E3. And of course, they're the obvious. A lot of people are saying that there's going to be, something for Donkey Kong, potential Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 info, and some other obvious choices that people are assuming. Now, what I predict and what I am hoping will happen personally, I'm hoping for one thing above all. I am hoping for a Fatal Frame collection of the first 3 Fatal Frames to be on the Switch. I think that would be a wonderful thing. I think that'd be an amazing announcement because it is Fatal Frame's 20th anniversary of the franchise. The first game came out in 2001. So I am hoping for that. And I have some other things I want to talk about in regards to this event. Now, with that out of the way, let's get into it. Okay, so yeah, I know you guys probably noticed that difference. The fact that I put my intro kind of later in the video. I don't plan on making that a habit, but I'll try to do it a little earlier in the video, But yeah, aside from that, I'm not going off of a script anymore. I'm kind of going off the top of the dome, a little impromptu. I think it'd be better to just get practice to just think on the fly and speak organically as opposed to reading from the script. I do watch my previous videos that I've uploaded, especially the one on Fatal Frame, which, by the way, thank you so much, guys. 1.2K views, or over 1.2K views so far. I really appreciate that. Thank you, guys. Of course, I always evaluate myself and I critique myself. I know that I sounded artificial in the video. I sounded like I didn't speak organically. So with that knowledge, I do plan on going forward to try to just be a little more authentic and, speaking more organically. But anyways, we're moving on to the event now. So Nintendo E3. There are quite a few things. I want to get out of the way the fairly obvious things. Donkey Kong will be having the Donkey Kong series, or Donkey Kong, the character, will be celebrating his 40th anniversary, which is pretty cool. So I do predict that there will be a game, at least a new game announced. There are rumors from some articles online that the same team that has done Super Mario Odyssey will be working on the new Donkey Kong game. So there's that rumor. And some other announcements that I think are fairly obvious. I believe there's going to be more info for Bayonetta 3. At least maybe, I'm thinking maybe a little bit of gameplay. Or maybe a little more into the story, like maybe they'll talk about the actual story of it. So that's what I predict for Bayonetta 2. So Donkey Kong, Bayonetta 2, and now we move on to, what was the other one? Oh, Legend of Zelda. So Legend of Zelda, they're celebrating their 35th anniversary. Now, here's the thing. There are rumors or articles online that are saying that Nintendo will probably hold their own event for just the Zelda franchise alone, because supposedly there's a lot of things announced, which I can understand. Legend of Zelda series is very popular and one of the most popular franchises for Nintendo. But I really hope they don't regulate, like, you know, the spotlight for Donkey Kong, or to like a small dim light, you know what I mean? I hope they give Donkey Kong the attention he deserves, and they give him a game that's truly worthy of him, you know, if they do announce a game for him for the Switch. Aside from that, you know, like I said, Bayonetta 3, hopefully they'll reveal some story. Maybe if we're lucky, we'll get some gameplay, but I doubt it. I think it's just going to be story. Now, another thing too that they can announce is Metroid 4 or Metroid Prime 4. Maybe they'll actually show like a trailer that will reveal like a story cinematic, maybe, and then they'll probably sprinkle some gameplay in there just to give people a glimpse into what they can expect, which would be awesome. I do follow a YouTube channel. SMD64, Super Mario Dave, if I'm not mistaken. Shout outs to him, by the way. He makes great content, and he's been talking about Metroid Prime 4 for a while and keeping up to date on like the development of that game and like the studio that's working on the game and stuff like that. So it's really cool. I highly recommend his channel if you want to get more news in regards to that. So, and more. Aside from that, let's see. What other Nintendo? You know, I think they're going to get a good amount of third-party content or third-party games, you know, which is really cool. Anything in regards to Mario, I doubt it, because they just came out with Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury not that long ago, so I don't think there's going to be anything for Mario for this specific event. Now, so far as the obvious is concerned, I think that's pretty much it that I want to cover. Now, what I want to cover is things that I'm hoping will happen. And then one particular thing that is a bit of a stretch, but if it did happen, not only would I feel it makes sense, but it would be just absolutely epic. So we're going to go first with the prediction that I have that has a good chance of happening. And that is a potential Fatal Frame collection of the first 3 titles in the Fatal Frame franchise. Either that, or maybe they'll do a collection of 1 through 3, and then perhaps they'll announce 4 and Made in a Black Water. I'm hoping that they give the Fatal Frame franchise maybe its own spotlight for like a particular segment of the presentation. There's only 40 minutes, by the way, in this presentation, so it would be a lot to ask, I know, because there's a lot of big announcements to be made, so I understand that. But if they could at least introduce a collection of 1 through 3, and then maybe have some extra features like updated graphics, maybe upscaled graphics, that would be amazing. I'm hoping that happens because, you know, like I said, Fatal Frame, they're celebrating their 20th anniversary this year, and I think that would be amazing. Now, with that being said, you know what? Instead of one prediction that's a bit of a stretch, I'm going to go with 2. So this first one, I am going to make a bold prediction that's a bit of a stretch, that if they do announce a collection of 1 through 3, that not only will they talk about parts 4, Mask of the Lunar Eclipse, and then 5, Made in a Black Water, like being in development perhaps, or coming out soon, but they will announce an official 6th entry in the franchise. They might tease it. Now that would just be icing on a delicious cake right there for me. If they were to announce a brand new Fatal Frame title exclusively for the Switch, it would make sense, because the Switch controller, like in portable mode, in handheld mode, it works perfectly as a camera, and you can go ahead and, you know, shoot your photos. The gyroscope function would be there. I think it would work perfectly. I think the Switch would be the best option for a new entry in the Fatal Frame franchise. And then after that, they can consider going into VR if they want. For the following title maybe in the future, or they might remake one of the other ones, and then they might include VR for one of the entries that's already in the series. So we'll see. But the final prediction that I have, that's, I would say, a bit of a stretch, because I can tell there are quite a few things that Nintendo can go with us besides this. But for those of you who have kept up with E3 so far, you guys have seen the Xbox event. You guys have seen Master Chief. Xbox, they're currently celebrating their 20th anniversary. The original Xbox came out in 2001. Same year as Fatal Frame. Imagine that, right? So Halo Infinite got announced, and including the multiplayer and everything like that. People are psyched for it. I mean, I'm actually psyched for it. I have played Halo. I'm not as hardcore of a fan of Halo as like other people, but I have played the series. I've played 1, 2, and 3. I don't think I've played Reach, but I haven't played 4 either. It's been a while, but no, this one is looking really good, so I might give it a shot. But anyways, wouldn't it be crazy if they make an announcement for the next character in Smash Bros. And they do an incredible cinematic where they do that Halo intro theme, where those I think it's like an ensemble of singers or whatnot that does like a holy like hymn, I guess you could say. You know the one I'm talking about, that typically goes with the intro of every like Halo game. Imagine if they do that and they introduce Master Chief as the next character in Smash. I think it would be a beautiful thing, because when you think of Xbox, when you think of Microsoft Xbox, you think Halo. You know what I mean? You think Master Chief. And Master Chief is an iconic character. Nobody can deny that. And I think he would fit perfectly in Smash Bros. I mean, figuring out his move set would be a little tricky, but I can definitely see how he can fit. I think it'll work. And imagine the potential locations for maps, like fighting on like the Halo, you know what I mean? Or maybe figuring out a way where like you can have the arena and then having like the different vehicles like fly by, have an assist character, which could be gosh, I forget his name. He was featured in the newest Killer Instinct fighting game that came out in the latest that came out in 2013. I forgot his name, but he's an alien, and he has the two-pronged energy blade. I don't know the name of him off the top of my head, but I think he could be an assist character or an assist trophy. That'd be pretty cool. But yeah, I think like if they were to do that, if they were to introduce Master Chief into Smash Bros., I think that would be the final announcement that they would make for the E3 event. But then again, info on Metroid Prime 4, like an actual cinematic trailer, I think that would top the Master Chief announcement if that were to go down. Because people have waited a long time for a new Metroid Prime, and that would be extremely hype. So, one thing I will say about E3 overall so far, I like to think I'm a glass half full kind of guy. I'm not overly negative. I have watched IGN's Twitch stream and the Twitch stream of some influencers that I follow. And I see all the negative comments. I see, some people say that like, oh, this is the worst E3 thus far. It sucks, this and that. And I'm like thinking to myself, I've watched the Xbox event. I watched the Capcom event. I've watched other events, and I'm like, okay, like for example, in terms of Capcom, like some have found it a little lacking. Like one particular influencer was expecting like a new Marvel vs. Capcom to be announced, and I'm just like, I mean, kind of pushing it a little bit there, but I mean, that's just me. So, but no, I think overall that, especially the Xbox event, they've shown a good amount of games, and I'm pretty happy about that. And there have been announcements for other games too, and there's something for everyone. That's the beautiful thing about gaming nowadays. It has such a wide reach. Like, no matter what your creed, gender orientation, your ability, or if you have a disability or whatnot, there's gaming can be for you. You have access to that entertainment and to experience worlds and universes and all those, great things that only video games can bring. You know what I mean? And I think that's a beautiful thing. I know, like, people like to nitpick, or people like to be fanboyish or fangirlish over certain things. I get it. I mean, I'm a big fan of Fire Emblem Heroes, the mobile game, and I got upset when they held a vote to see who would be the top 2 male characters and the top 2 female characters for this year's Choose Your Legends. And what that is, pretty much, they choose 4 characters, 2 men, 2 women, or 2 male, 2 female, to be chosen as the new brave heroes. They'll be given, it could be current heroes or it could be brand new heroes. They'll have they'll have their own unique weapons. And the top female and the top male will have a unique ability to go with their unique weapon. And I was rooting for one particular character from the Fire Emblem Sacred Stones game, Erica, but she got beat out by a Three Houses character, Three Houses being the newest Fire Emblem title. I was not happy about that. And I actually let it be known in Twitter that I was not happy about that, because I am a fan of Erica. I like her as a character. But you know what? It is what it is. And the fact that Marth got beat out by an NPC, basically, from Three Houses, the gatekeeper, it's like, people will do anything for the memes, I swear. But, it is what it is, That's what happens. Things like that happen at times, and you just gotta roll with it, The people have spoken. So, anyways, getting back to E3. So, those are my predictions, and we'll see. We'll see what Nintendo's event will reveal. It is less than 6 hours now. It will be premiering at 9 a.m. and I do plan on getting up early, like around 8:30 in the morning, to watch that presentation, because I'm pretty hyped. I'm pretty psyched to see what they're going to reveal. And they are having the Treehouse event after the 40-minute presentation, which I'm pretty psyched about, because I am hoping that they show gameplay for much anticipated games. Or who knows, maybe if they do introduce Master Chief to Smash Bros. As a character, maybe Sakurai will make a special appearance and explain the character right there at the Treehouse. Who knows? Maybe that's a bit of a stretch, but you never know. That's the beautiful thing about events like these, like at times, you set, here's the thing with me. I keep my expectations tempered. It's good to be high. It's good to be psyched. It's good to be excited, but you have to understand, if things don't go your way, you got to just look at it from a glass half full perspective. You got to look at the entire picture. You got to understand that other gamers, other fans of other franchises might have their moment in the spotlight. They might have their moment to shine, or their games have a moment to shine. It's like, you gotta show them love, be appreciative, because I'm sure at one point you've had your spotlight. Now it's time for others to have their spotlight. I mean, that's the way I look at it. So, and oh my goodness, would you look at the time? It is almost 20 minutes. I did not expect this video to be that long, but yeah, I'm glad to be back, and I'm glad to be recording videos again. It's been several months already, so once again, I do apologize for that. I have no intention of my channel dying out, not anytime soon, because I have so many ideas. I just need the time, to get in the lab and edit videos and get stuff done, you know what I mean? So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. And if you haven't done so already, if you enjoy the content of this video, please drop a like and hit subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can be notified of any future uploads, that I will be posting. So once again, I'd like to thank all you guys, ladies and gentlemen. This is ecmg, aka Mega, and I am out. You all have a good night, and peace.